Okay, so when we simplify expressions, let's think in terms of food. So let's start here with question 1. Instead of saying 13a, let's look at it as 13 apples. So if I had 13 apples plus 5 apples, well, that would be 18 apples. Well, in that case, that's just my answer, 18 apples, or 18a. X's, we can call them hamburgers. I'm not sure of a food that really starts with X, but let's call them hamburgers. 21 hamburgers, but then I take away 10 hamburgers, that would be 11 hamburgers. Alrighty. Look at question 3. This time we have 2 different types of food. We have V, we'll call them vegetables, and W, we'll call it, let's call it watermelon. So we have V for vegetables and W for watermelon. So I'll single underline the V for the vegetables. So let's look at those first. So you have to look at the sign that's in front of the number, -8 and -5. So we could say that as -8 minus 5. That would be -13 V, or -13 vegetables. Now let's look at the W's here. You have to look at the sign in front of the number. -2 and -7. -2 minus 7 is -9, but you have to actually put down what it was. It was the watermelon. And then now we just have the number right here, and if we go back we can erase that a little bit, see what that number was. It's a +6. It's a +6, +6, and that is our answer simplified. Look at question 4. This time you have a distribution property, so you have to multiply -7 times 2 first. That's -14. Then -7 times 2p, or just -7 times 2, that is -14. But then you have to bring down the p, and then bring down this 4p. So we could call them p's. If I have 4 orders of p's here, and I take 14 orders away, then I would be in the -10 orders of p's, and then bring down your -14. And there's my answer. Alrighty, number 5. We have a double distribution that we have to do here. So let's start with the first one, -6 times 7. That's -42. -6 times 4 is -24, but you have to put down what it is. We'll call them yams for y. So I'm done with this guy right here. Now let's look at the other distribution. This is -8 times 3. That's -24, but you have to bring down the y for yams. We'll call them yams in this case. -8 times -10 is +80. So now let's combine the yams up. Add -24 minus 24. So -24 minus 24, that would be -48 yams, or -48y. And now you have to do -42 plus 80. So -42 plus 80. And what would that be? +38. And there's my answer. Alright, number 6, we have R's and S's. We'll call the R's raviolis, and let's call the S's spaghetti. We'll make it an Italian problem here. So 5 raviolis minus 2 orders of ravioli. So 5 minus 2. That would give you 3 orders of raviolis. So now let's look at your spaghetti. You have 8 orders of spaghetti right here, but you're going to take 2 orders away. So 8 minus 2, that would be +6 orders of spaghetti. So you do +6 since it's positive. And then since we don't have any numbers to combine, we just bring down our -1, or in this case -1, and this would be our simplified order. Down here we have ravioli squared. I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but ravioli squared, only go with ravioli squared. And you look here, we have +7r squared and -7r squared. Well, guess what? That creates a 0 pair. That cancels each other out. So you're just left with 5 ravioli squared plus 5 spaghettis. Right, number 8. We have a distribution property we have to do first. -3 times 5, that's -15. Bring down the x, we'll call the x hamburgers. and then negative 3 times negative 3. You have to use the sign in front of the number. That's positive 9. And then you got to bring this guy down right here, this 8 orders of hamburgers, we'll call it. So 8 hamburgers, 8 orders of hamburgers minus 15 orders. Well, at 8 minus 15, we're taking away more than we have, so we're going to be in the negative. 7 orders of hamburgers, and then bring down the 9. And then our last problem here, we have to do the distribution property first. Negative 4 times 2b. We'll call those bananas. So negative 4 times 2, that's negative 8 bananas. Negative 4 times positive 2 is negative 8. Now there's a trick. If you have the little negative sign in front of these parentheses, that negative sign just means negate everything that's in the inside, or turn the signs opposite. So this positive 4 here will become negative 4. This negative 4 orders of bananas become positive 4 orders of bananas. And then don't forget to bring this guy down right here. So let's start combining our orders of bananas up. 7 minus 8, so let's do that first. 7 minus 8, that's negative 1. But I have another order that I have to add to it, so I have to add 4 more orders of bananas. That would be positive 3. And now we're going to combine our numbers here. So let's look here. Negative 8 minus 4 is minus 12, or negative 12. So there is our simplified answer.